All right, so in this video, we're going to dive into the next part of your self-coaching process, and we're going to talk about how to fill out a self-coaching model. So the way that you fill out a model is by writing down CTFAR, so the acronym for the components of the model, and you're going to do that in a vertical column. Next, you're going to fill out one of the lines of the model with either a circumstance, a thought, a feeling, an action, or a result. It can be any line that you want to solve for. So why you feel the way that you feel, why you act the way that you do, why you're engaging a particular habit or behavior, why you haven't been maybe taking certain actions, why you're getting a particular result that you're getting, any line that you want to solve for and understand better. So you'll generally want to scan through your pre-model conversation and just see if there's anything that's pulling your attention. Maybe there's a thought that jumps out at you, or again, a habit or an action that you haven't been able to get yourself to engage in. You just want to pick one thing, and then you're going to fill out one line of the model, the line that it goes in, right? Now, very important, when you're completing a model, you're going to include only one thought and one feeling per model. If you include multiple thoughts or emotions, what'll happen is you'll end up with a mixed model. And that means that you won't be able to connect the dots between the specific thought that you're having and the particular result that it's producing. Remember that the model helps us become aware of how our thoughts are driving our results. So once you've filled out one line of the model, your next step is going to be to fill out the rest of the model. And the way that you do that is by working backwards towards the circumstance line or forward from the circumstance line if you're starting with a circumstance. So let's say you start with a feeling, and that feeling is stressed. You would work backwards from the feeling towards the circumstance line. And you would do so by asking yourself, what is the thought that I'm thinking that's causing me to feel stressed? Or simply you could ask yourself, why do I feel stressed? The answer to that question will reveal your thought. Let's say your thought is, I don't have enough time to reach my goal. Then you'll want to identify your circumstance line. To do so, you'll want to ask yourself, why am I thinking that thought? Or what are the neutral facts of the situation that are causing me to think that thought or feel the way that I feel? You'll want to make sure that the circumstance you identify is truly neutral and objective. Thoughts often appear like circumstances because they feel true or because it seems like most people would agree with you. But facts are universally agreed upon and they don't have any trace of subjectivity. So let's say the facts are that you have 24 hours left to reach the goal that you set for yourself by the deadline you created. You always want to make sure that your circumstance is as specific as possible. So you could even make those facts even more specific by identifying what your goal is and where you're at relative to it currently. So let's say your goal is to sign 3 clients and you've signed 1 and you have 24 hours left to sign 2 more. Without investigating, it will feel like the cause of your stress in that moment is that you have 24 hours to sign 2 more clients. But the actual reason you feel stressed is because your thought about signing 2 more clients within 24 hours is that you don't have enough time to do it. It's not your circumstance that's causing you to feel stressed, it's your thought about it. Next, you'll fill out the rest of your model by asking yourself, okay, so when I believe that thought and it causes me to feel stressed, what do I do? You'll want to pinpoint all of the actions that you take and all of the reactions that you have from that feeling of stress. And then you'll also want to ask yourself, what do I not do when I feel stressed in this situation? You want to remember that your feelings fuel all of your actions, yes, right? And your inactions. So in addition to the action and inaction distinction, there's also external actions that someone could see you taking. So if I were watching a play-by-play replay of what's going on in this situation, it's all the actions that I could list out that I saw you take. And then there are all of the internal actions that you take. So the actions you take inside your head, for example, beat yourself up, get frustrated, procrastinate, overthink, indulge in perfectionism, right? So when you're filling out the action line, you want to make sure that you add as much detail as possible because this will help reveal your result line. Keep asking yourself, okay, what else? What else? Your result will always reflect your thought. So a trick for revealing the result line is to look for what's called the turnaround. The turnaround comes from Byron Katie's work, and it basically just means the opposite of the thought or the mirror of it. One thought can have multiple turnarounds. So sometimes there are only, there's only one, or sometimes there's a couple. And in this example, with the thought, I don't have enough time to reach my goal, when turned around, it becomes, I do have enough time to reach my goal. Pause to consider how this is just as true, if not truer, than the original thought. If an explanation wouldn't hold all people back from producing a result, get that it's an excuse, right? It's in this example, the result is that you're entertaining an excuse as if it were a valid explanation, and it's preventing you from making good use of the time that you do have available and left to reach your goal. Time is a mental construct. It's not time that produces results. It's the way you think about that time that produces results. Even if the thought that you didn't have enough time were empirically true, just like in a game of sports, right, where a team maybe were too far down in the points to make a full recovery, making that your focus, right, a thought like that will still make you oftentimes mentally check out and affect your gameplay. You want to create a focus that allows you to play all out and make up some ground, right, build skill, make the most of that time. So maybe you won't create 2 clients in 24 hours, but maybe you'll create 1, or maybe you will sow the seeds that become 2 clients further down the line. This is what you would want to help yourself see from a model like this one, that you're experiencing yourself at the effect of your time. When you're filling out the result line, make sure that the result that you identify is your own, not somebody else's. Other people's thoughts, feelings, actions, and results originate from their models. We are neutral circumstances in their model, and they are neutral circumstances in ours. The way to test whether your model is accurate is to look at your result line. Is the result evidence for the initial thought? Does that result prove that thought line? If the answer is yes, your model is accurate. Now, don't expect to become a pro at using the self-coaching model overnight. Like anything worth mastering, it takes practice, right? You've got to be okay with making some mistakes along the way and kind of learning from some experience, because that's how you'll learn and improve. So after this video, I want to encourage you to take some time to sit down and write out a model and give it a try, right? The more that you work with it, the sharper your skills will become at using this tool in your life and in your business. If this video helped you out in any way, make sure that you leave a like and click on the screen right now to watch another video just like this one with more tips, strategies, and demos on how to self-coach. I'll see you in the next video.